was a well-known homeless camp. It even had its own name.
I mean, the pit's been the pit forever.
The makeshift neighborhood for homeless people was planted between Northwest Nato Parkway and First Avenue. The steel bridge ramps wrapped around it.
People made it actually their home, you know?
This week, city crews, along with a biohazard team, removed the dozens of tents and debris. City outreach workers moved 19 of the people camping there into the mass-sanctioned campsite in southeast Portland. But not everyone got that chance.
Yeah, I was camped over there myself. All my stuff got taken. I wasn't even there.
Now these boulders sit where Colt once slept.
And they said they put up warnings, they put up a sign. Nah, they didn't put up no warnings or anything. Nah, not at all.
We found at least 2 warning signs dated October 4th.
They finally got their eviction notice, thank God. Thought it was never gonna happen.
Aaliyah Mays lives in a nearby condo. She's been reporting the camp to the city for 2.5 years.
Hundreds and hundreds of emails. We are finally getting our neighborhood back.
And it's being taken one step further.
I started my patrol 2 days ago.
Armed security guards like Brandon Chandler now patrol the area
to enforce the state trespassing. So where the signs are posted, that's the areas that I'm enforcing.
Chandler says if someone tries to set up camp, he tells them to leave. If they don't, he files a report and calls someone at the city.
And then they would have a response unit come down here to help remove the individual if they were being defiant and not following the request to leave.
Now, we're also told security guards are making sure people don't set up camp here under the steel bridge as crews are trying to repair it after homeless people set it on fire back in March.
I mean, the city is doing, in my opinion, the best that they can. It's just a very large problem.
I'm packing up my stuff, getting ready to move again.
Mike D. camped in the pit.
Off and on almost a year.
He moved a street over near Blanchet House, only to be told by Rapid Response this week to move again.
This is about my 7th time moving in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
The city will be enforcing its daytime ban on camping sometime this fall, and we're told they'll be giving the community a 2 weeks heads up. Yet this type of enforcement we're seeing here in the pit, where security guards quite literally stop people from setting up camp, is unlike any other type of homeless enforcement that we've seen in Portland thus far. In Northwest Portland, Blair Best, KGW News.
Thanks, Blair. So interesting. Okay, so the strategy is clear out the camp, then station private security guards to keep people from returning. Is it possible to do that everywhere in the city? I don't know. Are taxpayers footing the bill on the steel bridge security? Is this the beginning of a new push by the city? My friends, those are excellent questions. We wondered about that too. So Blair Best started digging in to find out who's paying for those guards. It was kind of a convoluted trail to follow, but we did get there. Now, a normal news show would not walk you through the reporting like this, but we think there are some interesting takeaways. And by the way, we're not a normal news show and you're not a normal news audience. So let's go, shall we? First, Blair got in touch with people from both the city of Portland and Multnomah County asking who paid for this. The city told her, great question, go ask the county. The county said, not us, why don't you ask the city? Okay, brick wall number 1. Then the city said, well, maybe it's ODOT. So we got in touch with them. They were not even aware the pit had been cleared out, but they told us to check with yet another city office called Public Environment Management Office. So we got in touch with them. They said, nope, not them. They were only aware that PBOT's contractor was working to fix the damage from the fire earlier this year. Aha. So you might remember this story where homeless folks literally smashed their way through a wall in order to set up camp under one of the steel bridge ramps. It was hidden from view and offered protection from the elements. That is until, as Blair mentioned, a fire broke out in the camp and the hideaway filled with smoke. Crews have been working to fix the damages ever since. So we got in touch with the Portland Bureau of Transportation, and here we finally got our answer. A spokesman told us PBOT hired a contractor to repair the wall enclosure under the steel bridge ramps. It's common practice for construction contractors to keep materials and equipment at a job site around the clock and to hire security personnel to monitor the area to keep their materials secure. That's what the contractor has done in this case as well. So there you have it. It's not some new kind of city or county enforcement to keep camps from popping up back in the places where they were just cleared. It's just a contractor trying to keep their stuff safe. But here's my opinion on this. This really caught my attention. What if this was a new model for our city? It certainly shows what could happen. Can you imagine the city sweeping a block downtown, then stationing private security guards there to keep the campers from returning? What if that happened in a lot of places? What if people really could walk downtown on the sidewalks without detouring around tents and people that are camping? Would that push the campers out to the edges of the city? Would that be bad? Or maybe would it push them into sanctioned camping areas? Maybe it would even convince them to go into shelters? And would it be bad if people who are homeless felt our downtown and our neighborhoods were a little bit less friendly and inviting for their tents? Could that be the key to cleaning up downtown? I don't know. Maybe it's a terrible idea. Our city leaders certainly have not shown much stomach to take an approach like that up till now. And I'm sure some of you are yelling at your screen right now, reminding me a lot of the services for homeless folks are downtown, and that's why the campers have to be there too. Okay, maybe, but maybe not. It may be not fair or a practical comparison, but I am struck by one thing. That camp was swept from under the steel bridge, and the security guards are keeping them from moving back. In other parts of our city, sweeps are simply a nuisance, and like it or not, the tents often return. One works, the other does not. It's worth thinking about. That's my opinion anyway. You don't have to agree. I might be full of it. What do you think? Share your thoughts with us, will you? You could email me. The address is thestory@kgw.com or call and leave a voicemail. The phone number is 503-226-5090.